Checking out the weather in Kuwait City. It's currently clear and 109 degrees in Kuwait City. Temperatures are heading down from 109 degrees this afternoon to 100 tonight.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thanks for clicking on today's video. If you're to my channel, my name is Jess. Welcome, and please take a minute, pause this video and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Today's video is going to be a review on the new Colourpop No Filter Foundation, pressed powders and loose powders. I didn't get the concealer because I got the concealer a few months back. I literally got like 4 shades and I literally used them once and got rid of them. I don't like those concealers. I don't even know what the big hype is about those concealers. When I used them, I got a lot of creasing and it just made my under eye look very aged than what it is. So I don't know what the big deal with those concealers. But today we're going to be reviewing the foundation, 2 of the loose powders and 2 of the pressed powders. So let's just jump right into this video. These are 2 of the foundations that I picked up. As you can see, I did use them yesterday. I don't like doing first impressions, especially on foundations, because your thoughts kind of change as you use the foundations. So I give these a good wear, like literally a good wear, like an outdoor wear. And the heat here in Kuwait is mad, so you guys will be seeing some footage of me outside wearing the foundation. I wore this foundation for approximately 6 hours and we'll see how they held up. But I got the shade 145, which is medium dark, and 155, which is just dark. And these are the shades right here. Honestly, looking at it on camera and in the bottle right now in person, there isn't much of a difference, barely by half a hair lighter from the 145, but other than that they look pretty much the same. One thing I will say about Colourpop is they need to fix their shades name. Like, they have really light foundations and concealers labeled as dark or deep dark. Like, they need to fix that, because they need to fix that. This is what the foundation looks like. You guys know I don't give a shit about the packaging. As long as the product in the packaging works, I'm all for it. This foundation weirdly does not come with a cap. It just comes just like this, which I think is kind of weird. I think they should have put a cap on there. However, if you're going to be traveling with this, which I don't think you should because it is glass, the nozzle does turn and lock, so your foundation will not like escape from the nozzle. In the foundation, I did use the shade 155 yesterday, and when I went outside it was too dark for me. Comparing to my chest, it was too dark, so I will try 145 today. I'm most likely seeing that I'll probably be the shade right down the middle, or I might have to just mix the 2 foundations if I choose to wear this foundation back again. I did pick up 2 of the loose setting powder, which looks like this. Yeah, just a standard little acrylic container which says Colourpop No Filter setting powder. I got the shade Banana and the shade Translucent. I used the banana shade yesterday, and let me just say, spoiler alert, it's really good. I actually really like it. And I got 2 of the pressed powders, which looks like this. I got these shades dark and deep dark, which is I think it's only 3 shades they have, I think, or 4 shades in this loose powder. I got the 2 darkest one because I was thinking that dark I can use to try to set the areas that I don't normally use the loose powder on, which I don't even normally set my foundation. But I was just thinking, I watched a few reviews and some people were saying that the foundation was still tacky, so going in with the pressed powder will kind of like, you know, fix that. However, the dark shade is actually too dark for me, so I tried setting with this yesterday, and maybe this could have been the reason why my face was looking a little darker. Maybe it's not the foundation. And then I got the shade Deep Dark with intentions of using this as a contour or a bronzer on the face, and I did use it yesterday for that, and it really did look really nice on the skin. So I really like the, so far I can say I like the powders. I picked the shade 155. I was going off of the Colourpop chart that they had up, where they were saying 155 was a close match to 350 in Fenty, and you guys know I'm 350 in Fenty. So this is my Fenty foundation, and this is the Colourpop foundation. They actually in the bottle look pretty close, so I'm gonna swatch them on the hand to see how close of a match they are. This way you guys can go off the chart, and you know, I'm kind of like showing you whether or not their chart is at least close to accurate. So this is going to be my Fenty foundation. I'm going to put a little swatch on the back of the hand. So this is the Fenty foundation. I'm going to just like swipe this down a little bit. And right above it here, I'm going to swatch the Colourpop 155 foundation. So that's the Colourpop, and I'm going to go ahead and swatch that. I would say the Colourpop is pretty close to my Fenty. Like I said, the Fenty's at the bottom, the Colourpop is at the top. The only difference I'm seeing is the Fenty has a little bit more of a neutral undertone, and the Colourpop one has a little bit, just very little bit more redder undertone than the Fenty, but they're pretty close match. Colourpop didn't say they were identical match. The chart did say the closest match would be 155. So now I'm thinking that the foundation was not too dark for me yesterday. It's probably the powder that I used to set that was making it appear to be darker. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these two foundations on my face so you guys can see what it looks like. So this is 155. I'll come closer. So this is shade 155. And this is pretty close match to my Fenty. This is shade 145 right here. So as you can see, the 45 is a little lighter, like a lot lighter. The 145 is a lot lighter than the 155. The 155 has more red in it, and the 145 definitely has a little bit more of like a yellow undertone. So looking at my face, the 145 will kind of match, but that's my face. If I match it to my chest, I don't know if it's going to be the perfect match, but like I said, the 155 is pretty close to my Fenty. So I think, actually, you know what, since I used 155 yesterday, I'm gonna go ahead and use 145 today just to see the difference. So let me go wipe this off, and I'll be right back. So the only thing that I put on the face is my skincare routine, and if you guys want to know what that is, I will link it up in this video so you guys could know what I normally put on my face. And I just put a application of my moisturizer, and right now I'm going to go in with my Fenty primer, which is a primer that I use all the time. And this is actually finished. Come on, get out of there. I need to replace this primer. Go in with a little bit of the Fenty primer. I'm doing the exact thing that I did yesterday. Nothing different. And I've concentrated a little bit more the primer by my nose because I had a pimple here a few days back, and I put one of the acne cream there on top of the pimple, and you know normally those acne cream dries your skin out wherever you put it. So it was a little bit dry yesterday than today. It's actually better today. So that's it. Nothing else is on the face, and let's go in with the shade 145 as our foundation today. I'm taking 2 pumps for now. I'm be using my regular flat kabuki brush that I use, and as you can see, this foundation is very much on the liquid side, so it is running away from my hand. So we're gonna go ahead and just do half of the face first. And go ahead and spray my brush, which is something that I normally do. Let's go in with the foundation. Okay, I'm thinking 145 is my shade, my current shade, and 155 will be my shade when I go outside and get burned up, you know. Because it's so hot over here, people normally don't be out in the sun. I personally, whether it's hot or this hot or not, I try to stay away from the sun. But Yeah, I think 145 is definitely matching me. I should have worn this shade yesterday. Okay, this is just one application of the foundation. I'm still seeing this dark spot that was here before, and I think it's the foundation is not, I don't want to say it's a full coverage, it is probably medium buildable. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more on the spots that I'm still seeing to see if it's gonna cover it. But I will say I like this finish because I'm not a full coverage person, as you may know if you've been watching my other foundation reviews. I'm not a full coverage person, so this coverage is not bad. I actually like this coverage a lot. You guys, a close-up of what the foundation is looking like so far. As you can see, I did went over this part and this part twice and it's still not covering it. So I want to give this foundation a full coverage, gathering just a little bit by my nose there, but like I said, that can probably be from the acne cream that that made my nose a little dry recently. But this is the side without any foundation, and this is the side with foundation. You guys, the top. Guys, I just put my concealer on and I did a quick little eye makeup. Very simple. Everything is Colourpop. I used some of their Shocked shadows, but I used all of their Shocked shadows, and I used the Shayla palette to get the brow bone highlight and the inner corner highlight. Let's go ahead and use the setting powder. I'm going to use the banana powder because it's what I used yesterday and I really liked how it looked. I am gonna, honestly, I just prefer taking out the entire sifter and then going in with my powder. So this is what the banana powder looks like. Hopefully you guys can see it. And I'm gonna take a little bit under on my beauty blender and go ahead and set under the eyes. And I like that it's not like overly yellow, it's just like a tint. I like that it's like that, honestly, because I used the Sacha Buttercup powder before and that was just like too crazy, but this is not very finely milled, I will say that. It does give you a little bit of a, so I'm not a little too much there, brightening effect, so it's not too crazy. And this is where I normally set my foundation. I did go ahead and make sure I got enough on my smile line area just in case if the foundation creased. Like I said, I'm doing everything that I did yesterday, so there's nothing different that I'm doing compared to yesterday. And honestly, I like this foundation, I really do. And I need to brush this off. Foundation is still a little tacky, and I would say I probably had it on for about an hour now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of that loose powder on the brush, just a little bit, and just set where I didn't just set with the powder. And if you have to do this just so you don't get that tackiness, it's $12. What's the big deal? Run this real quick over there, and now you will end up with like a matte finish, but not dry matte. Setting the foundation, you will get a little bit of dewiness, like a more natural finish from the foundation, but once you set it, you're gonna get like a matte finish. You guys will see a couple clips of me outdoors wearing the 155, but like I said, today I'm using 145, and I think 145 is my current shade match. The deep dark shade as my contour. And I've been loving this brush from Morphe. I mean, I've been using this brush as my highlighter brush for a couple years now, but this is the M510 brush, and I think it works so perfect as a contour brush. So I'm going to be picking up some of the product here. I'm going to go ahead and, you guys seen that, right? I'm going to be deepening up my contour area with this powder. So that's it with that side and nothing on this side. I know it's looking crazy, don't worry, I'm gonna blend. With the pretty Vulgar blush, use my same contour brush, which is the M510 brush from Morphe. And it's nice for putting on blush as well. I need to get another one of these brushes. Wow, it's pigmented. Hello, pigmentation. Just a little bit. Brush. Just kill that down a little bit. Go back in with my loose banana powder. Taking the sifter off. I should probably just dump the sifter. Take a little bit on my beauty blender and just clean up the cheeks, or clean up my contour. So the powder, everything looks really nice, you guys. I definitely really like this. I definitely like this foundation. I would say that. I definitely like it. $12, why not? For the loose setting powders, I definitely recommend you guys picking these up. These are probably the best things in this collection that they released recently. The translucent I haven't used, and I'm pretty sure it's as good as the banana. I like that the banana powder is not too yellow, like too harsh of a yellow, but there is some yellow. It's not like the Sacha Buttercup where it's like really yellow and so pigmented and make your eyes and face feel so dry when you set it. I don't like that. This is more of a thinner powder. It's more lighter and it doesn't make your skin or face feel dry when you set with it. I'm pretty sure the translucent will be pretty bomb as well. We'll go ahead and post the footage that I had from yesterday where I tested it outdoors and I was talking a bit about it. Go ahead and watch that footage right now. Okay, quick update. It's been, what time is it now? Camera. Now it's 5 in the afternoon. So 5 in the afternoon. 5. And I had this foundation on probably around 3 o'clock. So it's been about 2 hours. Quick 2-hour update. So far, I'm actually liking it. I had to set the outer part of the face with the pressed powder because it was feeling a little tacky. I didn't want to take any chances for it transferring anywhere, so I decided to set it. So far I would say I like the setting powder and I like the pressed powder. However, the pressed powder, I got dark and deep dark, and dark is too dark for me. Like when I was setting the face, it was showing too dark. And if you look at my neck or chest area compared to my face right now, it is looking a little too dark. So tomorrow when I'll be filming this review, I will be using 145 instead of 155. I used the deep dark pressed powder to contour the face, and I love the effect that I'm getting from that. Really nice. The highlighter, of course, is a KKW highlighter palette that I featured in my recent video. So I'm loving that palette a lot. So far I can say the foundation doesn't look bad. I'm not getting, let me check. Okay, I am getting a little bit of creasing in the corner of the nose. I don't know if you guys can see it, just a little bit. Nothing too bad, but I think it's because it's a tad bit drier than normal because I put some what is it called, acne lotion thing on there, so that kind of like dries your skin out. And I had a little pimple like right at the corner of my nose there, and I put the acne lotion there, so it probably dried the corner of my nose out, so it's a little drier than normal. So I think that's why the foundation is kind of like latching on there. But so far my smile line, it's not creasing. I did set it with the loose setting powder. I used the banana powder instead of the translucent. But so far I like the loose powder, I like the pressed powder, and the foundation is not too bad. You guys know I don't normally set my foundation, but like I said, it was a little bit on the tacky side. and it's freaking hot in Kuwait. So let's see how hot it is in Kuwait right now, just so you guys have a quick idea of how hot it is. And we will be outside in the heat in a few minutes. Hey Siri, how is the weather in Kuwait?
Checking out the weather in Kuwait City. It's currently clear and 109 degrees in Kuwait City. Temperatures are heading down from 109 degrees this afternoon to 100 tonight.
So it's really hot, you guys, really freaking hot. So that's the weather, that's the heat I'm dealing with. So let's see if this foundation will hold up. Like I said, so far this is a 2-hour mark of the foundation. Ooh. Oh yes, the foundation is definitely coming out.
Bird. More deer over
You put it in your pocket? Patting the foundation, and it's literally coming off on a tissue, but I can't tell if it's actually coming off my face. As for the pressed powders, I should have gotten a shade lighter than the dark, because the dark is too dark for me and the deep dark is just right for contour. As you guys can see, I used that to contour and bronze the face today. And honestly, I really like these powders. They don't give off too much pigmentation. It's like they give off just the right amount of pigmentation, and they blend really nicely. So like I said, I used it as my contour today and it blended out so nicely. I'm pretty sure it sets the face pretty good as well. So it's not a too pigmented powder. It's mostly supposed to be for, you know, just setting the foundation. That's why it says sheer powder. You can see right now that the 145 definitely is my shade, because that's what I'm wearing right now. And I didn't even realize I was that light. But 155 will probably be my shade once I get a little bit of sun in me. But I'll keep this because you can see the 155 does come pretty close to my Fenty, but because my Fenty's undertone is more neutral, that's why it matches me perfectly. And the 155 from Colourpop has a little bit more of a yellow, a little bit more of a redder undertone, so that's why it's looking a bit more darker on me compared to the Fenty. But it is a pretty close match to the Fenty, so I would say Colourpop's chart is about 90% accurate. If you still have no idea what shade you might be in the Colourpop, since you have to buy this foundation online, I would say look at their foundation chart comparison and go off of that. I said I picked up the 155, which they said is the closest match to this shade will be Fenty 350, and I just went one shade down and got 145 just in case if this was too dark, and thank God I did that. So 145 is definitely my shade. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the outdoor footage as well. Look out for a vlog that I will be posting pretty soon. I did some vlogging yesterday and I was shook. I was pretty shook. We went to the zoo and I have some gym footage in there. If you have any requests of any kind of videos or anything like that you want to see me do, let me know down in the comment section. And of course, as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. If you're not already, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Notification bell informs you of future uploads, because we cannot, and I repeat, we cannot depend on YouTube to inform us. So hit that notification bell so that you can be informed, and make sure you check your notification settings as well to make sure it's on all and not occasional. I don't know. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in a later video. Bye guys.